Hello everybody, it is Leather Jacket Guy here, and today we're going to be reviewing the LNER or NER Q6s. And these were released by Victory Works a year or two ago now, so they're getting a little bit old, but by no means bad. So, a little bit of history about these locomotives is the Q6s, of the 120 of them, were built between 1913 to 1921 to haul coal from collieries in the northeast area of the Northeastern Railway. Although they were replaced by electrics on the Shildon to Newport line. After the LNER grouping, they were sent to Tyne-Dock, Borough, Gardens, Blaydon, Carlisle, Stockton, Newport, Darlington, and the like. Although in their later years, they would be found as far, I believe that would be east as Manchester and as far south as Peterborough. So they had quite a wide range of route availability. And the locomotive is modeled in quite a few different eras, so we're going to take a look at them. Starting with the original NER livery, which, as you can see, is quite nice. I do quite like the red lining, and there's even a crest or plate right here. It's not 3D or anything, it's just a texture on the model, so it's okay. Next we have the, I believe this is the builder's plate, and this one again is not 3D, which is a bit of a shame. We do have red lining on the tender as well at NER, Northeastern Railway. And overall, the model looks quite good. I do quite like these, not sure what they're called, but the white things right here. Quite nice. Let's see, locomotive number on the front. And we do have a little bit of white. I guess that's on all the models. Never mind. Anyway, looks quite nice. Love the red lining. And this is the original NER 1913 to 20, I want to say. Then this is the NER from 20 to 23. Same red lining as on the original one, although it does say NE on the tender and then has the number. Nothing else different on the back. Still have the coal rails and everything else. Next we come to LNER, which this is 23 all the way up until the Second World War. And it's just plain black, nothing much to see. LNER on the tender. Although if we come up here, we do have this blanking plate, I'm guessing it is. Is there anything on the other side? No, there's not. So we've lost that beautiful crest, and it's replaced with essentially nothing. And the builder's plate was moved. Don't remember to where. It's somewhere on the engine. I believe it's on the frames. Nope, I don't know where it's moved to. But anyway, we've also lost the silver along the smoke box door, which is a real shame. Next we come to War Black, which is just NE and a number, nothing else. Then we come to Post-War, which is LER on the tender, same black paint scheme. And then we come to the first of the British Railways, which is 48 to 50, and this one's actually weathered, so you can see it's British Railways on the tender. It's all weathered up, looks quite nice. Do ignore that my graphics are set down a little bit. And we still don't have that beautiful crest, and yeah. Next we come to Early, or the original crest, early crest I believe, and change the number to have a 6 in front of it. And we get a smoke box number plate and a shed code. I don't know what they mean, so I can't tell you what sheds these are. And this one is, I believe, 50 to 53, and has the lake crest on it, along with the next one. Very interesting. And finally, we have the 50 to withdrawal, as I'll say. And nothing much different about it. All pretty much the same. And this one, actually, no, this last one, this is a preserved version, as it has train braking fitted to it, or vacuum brakes. And next we're going to take a look at the cabs, so I have the NER one selected. And this is what one of the cabs looks like. You only have a locomotive brake right here. And cab is done very nicely. You can pull the shovel down to, I believe that's how you select how much coal you want to go in. We do actually have a 3D firebox, which is very cool, and a little bit of a flame effect. So that's how you put coal in, pull it back up to stop. Got a little thermos right there. It's a very nicely done cab. I quite like it. I also quite like the regulators. It's very odd. And let's see. Nothing much else to say about it. Just a great looking cab, and unfortunately I have seen this on the Jupiter, but just one just one whistle pull. You can't do the short whistle or anything by clicking on different parts of it. But anyway, this is the inside of the original cabs. This is how they would have looked all the way up until withdrawal. And if I come over here to the last version, which is NER 1970 to 82, I want to say, when the locomotive was first preserved. And it was fitted with a vacuum brake, so the cab changes a little bit, and we have a vacuum brake here. Doesn't change anything else really about it, but one other thing I do want to mention is that the regulator here, there are, between the different versions, this has some red on it, or it'll just be plain silver. It's in various states of weathering, of being handled or used, whatever you want to say. And this locomotive, since it's from Victory Works, which I believe the LNWR G2 is as well, has a request to pass signal at danger whistle. Very cute. And next we're going to be taking a look at the rolling stock, which is right over here. And this is everything except for the brake van, which you'll see later, that comes in the pack. So one of the first ones are these 20-ton wagons, coal wagons, and you have it in blue, gray, and I call that wood color. You also have it with a tarp on top that says LNER, no British Railways version, unfortunately. And you have one with just the coal load on top. These wagons are quite nice, although unless you're modeling the LNER, they don't quite look that great anywhere else, but we can still use them. Next we have these 9-ton, I want to say they are, or 9-plank wagons. And you have them with sand, a general tarp, pipes, glass bottles, and empty. And each of these comes in a BR gray, NE gray, and NE oxide, and the like. I tried to put as many as I could down, but this is what all of them look like. And you also have steel versions of them, or 13-ton wagons. And lastly, we have these conflats, which have, I believe, carbon dry ice. That's what it is. Dry ice inside of them. At least that's what one of the scenarios says. They're basically just conflat wagons with boxes on top of them. And they're very nice, but meh. They do come with tarps on them in both versions of the oxide red. You sometimes have the brown crates, or you'll have the white ones, and you can have different tops on them. Also, the tops of the BR wagons, they do change a little bit. There are some that are above the sides of the wagons, about the best way I can describe it. I couldn't find any when I was placing them, but I don't know if it's randomly generated or not. Also, on the northeastern versions, there is a northeastern tarp over them, which is NE on all of it, which is pretty interesting. And one of these loads, I believe these are sandbags. I'm not exactly sure. They're either flour or sandbags, and I would guess sandbags being transported in open tops. However, with the locomotives and rolling stock out of the way, let's run a train, which I have just down over here. And we'll be driving an NE version, as I think that one looks the smartest. And we'll be taking a mix of freight cars in this pack, and some from Caledonian Works' Northeastern Railway wagon pack. I believe that's what it's called. And, yep. Let's see. This is about the best version. This is the brake van that you get. It comes in NE gray, BR gray, and oxide in both of those railroads. So let's take the train out for a drive. that was a nice short run, but this is a really great add-on, and even if you don't have this particular wagon pack, the wagons it comes with, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm Leather Jacket Guy, and I'll see you guys next time.